Somewhere inside Cheyenne Mountain, a 25-ton door just closed. What it protects is why America sleeps at night. From up here, it looks like any other mountain. No hint of what was carved from its core.
I've stood at the entrance to some of the most restricted places on Earth, but nothing prepares you for the moment you walk into a mountain and realize there's an entire city inside it.
1957. The Soviets launched Sputnik. For the first time, America's own soil was within range of destruction. Every classified briefing room in Washington asked the same question. If the Soviets launched, would we even know in time? The answer was no. America had no command center capable of detecting and responding to a nuclear attack in real time. General Partridge had one mandate: build a command center that could survive a nuclear strike and still function.
The decision to go underground inside a mountain saping was not obvious. It took 2 years of classified studies before they concluded that no above-ground structure could survive what was coming.
The physics were undeniable. Granite absorbs a nuclear near-miss. The question, could you build a city inside one? This is how America drilled into Cheyenne Mountain and built the fortress between civilization and nuclear annihilation. Buried under 2,000 feet of granite, it would survive a 5-megaton nuclear strike. 17 sites evaluated. Cheyenne Mountain 1, 2,000 feet of solid Precambrian granite above. In 1958, Cheyenne Mountain was untouched wilderness. 18 months later, the most engineered ground in America. Congress approved $142.4 million in 1959. Classified, listed only as Special Construction Project 621. 2 years of geological surveys before a single drill touched the mountain. Every fault line mapped. Cheyenne Mountain's granite was 1.7 billion years old, the hardest rock on the continent. Construction began May 1961. First task, not drilling, building the infrastructure to support the dig. A 7-kilometer access road carved from the mountain. Every worker, every machine used it for 4 years. Over 1,500 workers lived on site. The construction camp had its own cafeteria, medical facility, security perimeter. May 18, 1961. The first controlled blast opened the tunnel portal. The excavation had begun.
The first blast here in 1961 removed 200 tons. 693,000 tons of rock had been moved.
Drill crews bored 50 to 80 holes per blast face, each hole packed with explosive charges. Every blast pattern calculated precisely, fracture the rock efficiently without damaging the surrounding mountain. Millisecond delay blasting was critical. Simultaneous detonation would have sent uncontrolled shockwaves through the granite. After every blast, mucking crews loaded broken granite within 20 minutes. The cycle never stopped. The spoil pile grew to 2 million cubic feet, enough granite to fill the Empire State Building twice. 15 parallel tunnels, each large enough to fit a 4-story building inside. All blasted from solid granite. Each tunnel was 45 feet wide, 60 feet high. A 4-story building fits inside with room to spare. Rock bolt crews followed every blast, drilling 110,000 steel bolts into ceilings and walls to prevent collapse. Shotcrete crews sealed every blasted surface with sprayed concrete, locking the rock structure permanently in place. Core sampling monitored rock quality ahead of blast crews. Granite integrity mattered more than the schedule. Cross-tunnel intersections created underground spaces large enough to park a dozen military vehicles with room to maneuver. Precision engineers verified every tunnel stayed within 6 inches of its design centerline. Underground errors have no correction. 15 tunnel advances tracked simultaneously, each progressing 10 to 20 feet per blast cycle. Fresh air pumped continuously to every blast face. Diesel fumes and rock dust were constant enemies. 3 shifts, 8 hours each. A worker entering Monday morning might not see daylight until Wednesday. Each drill operator handled 100 holes per shift. Sustained pressure against the hardest rock on the continent. Temperatures hit 95 degrees near the blast faces. Noise exceeded 120 decibels. Every cubic foot of air mechanically supplied. After 14 months of continuous blasting, 693,000 tons removed, 15 tunnels driven. The next challenge was harder than the drilling. Building a city inside a cave. Buildings inside NORAD couldn't touch the mountain walls. Every structure mounted on shock absorbers, freestanding. Each building rested on 1,319 steel springs, 3 feet in diameter, allowing 12 inches of movement during a nuclear event. Every steel section prefabricated on the surface, driven into the mountain and assembled underground. Underground steel erection used specially modified cranes. Every lift engineered individually, no 2 lifts the same, no sky above, no room to maneuver. Every connection made by feel as much as sight. Spring isolators leveled to within 1/16 of an inch. Any misalignment risked structural failure during a seismic event. 15 buildings constructed simultaneously, each in its own tunnel, each progressing independently. Flexible connectors between buildings had to stay airtight while accommodating 12 inches of differential movement. Every cable between buildings ran through flexible conduit. Rigid conduit would snap during a seismic event. 60 miles installed. 4 underground reservoirs, each holding 1.5 million gallons. The facility could sustain personnel for 30 days alone. Underground fuel storage held enough diesel to run generators at full capacity for 30 days. 6 diesel generators, each the size of a locomotive, mounted on their own spring isolation systems. The air filtration system detected and filtered nuclear fallout, biological agents, and chemical compounds within seconds. Blast valves, each 16 tons, sealed ventilation tunnels in 50 milliseconds, faster than a blink. The blast valve trigger activated at 0.5 pounds per square inch overpressure. Trigger to seal, 50 milliseconds. Each blast door, 25 tons, 3.5 feet of solid steel, took a rigging crew 72 continuous hours to install. 25 tons, yet balanced so precisely that a single person could swing it open with one hand. Every circuit inside NORAD hardened against electromagnetic pulse. Conventional electronics would not survive what was coming. EMP hardening wrapped every component individually. Faraday enclosures, filtered power supplies. It added months to the schedule. NORAD's radar systems tracked hundreds of simultaneous airborne objects, data fed from stations across the Arctic in real time. The operations center, where nuclear war would be managed, fitted out over 6 months. Every cable installed in sequence. The main display board showed the entire North American continent. Data came from stations as far as Greenland and Alaska. The NORAD commander could reach the president in under 10 seconds, at any hour, in any condition. The underground cafeteria fed 800 personnel for 30 days from internal stores. No resupply needed. The medical facility included a full operating room, pharmacy, and 12 patient beds. Surgery was possible inside the mountain. Equipment testing took 8 months. Every system tested individually, then integrated. The complexity had no precedent. The spring system was tested with hydraulic rams, simulating a 5 megaton detonation. Every building moved. Every building survived. Each blast door tested 200 times. A door that leaked was a door that killed the people behind it. Blast valve closure filmed in high speed, analyzed frame by frame. Every millisecond mattered against a pressure wave at 1,400 meters per second. The final communications test connected NORAD to the Pentagon, Strategic Air Command, and NATO, all under 10 seconds. Exercise NORAD-1 ran 72 hours continuously. Every system engaged. Engineers declared the facility operational. April 20th, 1966. NORAD became operational. No press, no public announcement, just a date in a classified log.
April 20th, 1966. Most Americans never heard of it. But that day changed the entire Cold War calculus.
The first crew, 400 personnel from the US Air Force, Army, and Royal Canadian Air Force, the first binational military command. Within weeks, NORAD tracked every airborne object over North America, including Soviet reconnaissance flights along Alaska. In 1979, a training tape showed 2,200 Soviet missiles inbound. For 6 minutes, personnel prepared for the end of the world. The 1979 incident drove a complete software redesign. A near catastrophe became a critical engineering lesson. 30 years, 3 generations of operators, 3 generations of equipment, 1 mountain, 1 mission. When the Berlin Wall fell in 1989, the threat receded. The mountain did not stand down. The watch continued. September 11, 2001, NORAD was now scrambling fighters against hijacked aircraft inside American airspace. After 9/11, NORAD expanded from missile tracking to monitoring all threats within North American airspace. In 2006, operations moved to Peterson Air Force Base. The mountain placed on warm standby, not closed, waiting. In 2015, critical operations returned to Cheyenne Mountain. Reason: no surface facility can match its EMP protection.
Cheyenne Mountain today. Unremarkable outside, impenetrable above, operational below. The Cold War's greatest achievement still on duty. The original 1,319 spring isolators, installed 1964 and 1965, have never been replaced. Blast doors tested monthly, same seal time as 1966. Not one door has required structural replacement in 60 years. 693,000 tons of rock, 110,000 bolts, 1,319 springs, 15 buildings. The number that matters: nuclear wars never started. NORAD's greatest achievement is counted in silence: the decades of nuclear war that never happened. 1,500 men built NORAD under full security classification. They couldn't tell their families. They built it in complete silence. Most took their secret to their graves. Their names appear in no public record. NORAD's superintendents had built dams, tunnels, and mine shafts. Nothing had prepared them for this. Military precision. Every blast planned, every load calculated, every muck pile cleared, measured in blast cycles per shift. NORAD command alternated between American and Canadian officers, a binational arrangement that remains in effect today. It still looks like any other mountain. That invisibility was the point. The greatest fortress built to be unseen. If this story reached something in you, subscribe. The world is full of structures built in silence to protect people who will never know they exist.